Hey guys, welcome to the stream. Happy Monday night. Just make sure everything's working. We have one follower. We want a single follower. That's our goal. That is it. Let me make sure. So we're gonna go back to the purse insert. I don't know if we need to put that. Right. You guys probably can't see what's going on. Okay, so we're just doing a purse insert. We're going to be, last time we made this purse insert for your girlfriend, for her purse, and today we're going to be resizing it. So it shouldn't be very complicated. These days you could just, if you have access to a 3D printer and the 3D printer slicer, then all you really need to do is download something someone has already made, and then from there you can often just put it into a software like Blender. I like Blender, and you can just like kind of manipulate it from there. You can go into edit mode, grab vertices, use tools like proportional editing to get it to fit. So say you downloaded this purse insert or this organizer here. You could use it as anything, okay? And you just took a picture of your girlfriend's purse. Here's a picture of a purse. This is the bottom profile of the purse. So just like imagine that's what you did. In fact, she asked me to do the same thing to both her purses. So she liked it so much that she wanted it done to her other purses, and that's what's up. You know, your girlfriend's gonna like it so much, it's gonna ask you to do it for her other purses, and that's what we call brownie points. Yeah. So like I mentioned before, what you got to do is you got to bring that in and then do a rough measurement so you can get it to fit in her purse. So here's one purse. There's a little one, but then there should be a big one here somewhere. Let me get the big one. That big one's gonna be interesting. I don't know if it will fit on my little 3D printer, but you know, there's ways to get around it. I've got a bigger 3D printer, and that's fine too. So you're gonna grab your measuring tape. I got one over here. And what you're going to do is just measure her purse, dude. Or measure Measure the location, the area where you want this organized. We're just gonna be resizing this thing. Okay. Now she made this purse. I don't know if you guys can see it. She really like link her shit to this, so you could like ask her to make you guys one. Here's her purse. Here's one purse. Now this one is fairly big. I think she made this one herself. It's got these little standoff. It's pretty cool. Okay. Here's another one. Here's another one. Yo, she's got some pretty cool purses. She's got another pumpkin purse. She made a whole purse for Halloween. And I guess I'll show you that one. You want to see it close to me? Hey, sweetie, where's your pumpkin purse? Where's your pumpkin purse? There it is. All right, so she literally took like this leather, literally took these scraps of leather, and I gotta turn this light off. I'm just trying to plug her for some reason. Oh, so she literally took this leather here. You see in this bag, scraps of leather, and she made a whole ass Halloween purse. And here it is. Let me show you. It's the cleaning lady came. It kind of like squashed it up a bit. Look at that. There's the purse. Am I back on? Am I back on now? Okay, there you go. Sorry guys, I just made the stream crash. All right, check this out. Here's a purse, and it's not like we're not going to be making an insert for this one, at least not yet. I'm pretty sure she might actually want one. This wouldn't be a bad project either. Let me just make sure we're streaming back on Twitch and whatnot. Try again. Cool, we got our one follower. Thank you. I'll definitely add you on Discord. All right, so there's the purse. Little Halloween purse. She literally made this from scraps of leather. And that was a cool project for Halloween. Okay. So she made these other purses. We're going to measure them. We're going to make an insert for them. And it's really just going to be you grabbing your asset, your 3D asset, and manipulating it in Blender. It's really easy. Okay. Like to the vibes. Let's see, how do I add a friend, huh? This done. Gonna enable notifications. All right, so for whoever's watching, all right, so we're gonna be modding this purse, kind of, not really. All right, so let me show you. You guys remind you of, my God, she likes to own purses, dude. She's got a hell of a collection, man. I don't know anyone who's got a purse collection like her. Anyway, I mean, this one still has a freaking tag on it, dude. Like, what's going on? What are we doing here, huh? Are we starting an industry here? All right, so inside this one, we've got the insert you're looking at on the Blender model, right? There we go. So here it is. It's got the 4 compartments, and it's not symmetrical. I forgot what they call that. Okay, so that makes it useful. You can use this organizers for anything you want, but I designed this one specifically to fit the profile of this purse. Okay, so these days with 3D printing being like everywhere and everybody making models, I'm pretty sure there's like thousands of models, new models that are available every day for download. All right, so sorry it took me so long. Let's get back to it. Let me just make sure everybody is, that we're on streaming and YouTube. I'm on all these different sites and Kick too. All right. We just need 1 follower on Kick. We can do it. Come on, guys. Who would like to be the first? I mean, that'd be impressive, right? You guys had it here. uptick. Twitch. All right. We do like goals, like follower goals on Twitch or something. I bet you can. All right, so we're gonna measure it across, and we're gonna measure it in both axes. Okay. So we got 7.5, but we're gonna do it a little bit shorter because kind of what you need to do with these purses. There's an internal profile, 6.5. Let's just say 6.5 in width. And what, like 9 3/4? We can even just use centimeters here if that's easier. $25. $25 by 7.5, let's just say. All right, 25 by 7.5. All right, let's do this. Okay, so let's just take our object here, which is just a photo. Take the photo and snap it to, your cursor. Selection to cursor. That'll help us center it a bit. Let's grab our thing and press / just to try to center it a little bit. We're gonna try to center it, and then we're gonna start measuring. We got all these measurements from before, so let's just delete them. All right, we'll grab a measure. I said 25. What did I say? I said 25 cm this way. And then I said like 7.5 in vertical direction. All right, so so that I don't forget. Was that 7.5? That does not sound right to me. I meant 17. All right, 17.5. Cool. So now let's measure this guy. Make sure it's right. And if we might want to make this in millimeters, we're just multiplying by 10. So we multiply by 10, we're going to have 250. 250 divided by 2 is 125. So we want this to be 125. There. Okay. So we're going to take this thing, we're just going to scale it. Hit S to scale. And here's where you can see where I measured it. I measured it to the inside. Whoops. I measured it to the inside of the seam. The stitch right here. Because that leather has some thickness. And we want it to fit. Let's measure the other side. Here. It's gonna be 17, so times 10 is 150. 175. Divided by 2 is gonna be 87.5. And you see how close we are. So that's right. / to unhide stuff. Now we can kind of hide this just so it's gonna be out of the way. Let's grab our original thing now. Let's try to set origin to geometry. That's in the center. And then snap selection to cursor. Now all we're gonna do is scale this thing. I remember when you scale this, it's gonna be slightly different. And also the walls are gonna grow. The thickness of everything that you make is gonna grow. So careful when you careful when you scale stuff, because it will be proportional. These walls will get thicker. You increase something 50%, the walls are gonna get 50% thicker. Okay, so I want to measure the overall length because this center might not be the actual center. So we're at 260. And we need to be at 250. I'm just gonna scale down a little bit. Scale down by, actually need to scale down by like a centimeter. We're pretty much there. Like, that's good enough. Now we're gonna have to scale the y-axis. Okay. We can actually bring this back here because this will tell us, give us a little more info. What we do is just scale the photo down to the size of your measurement, right about there. And once you have your photo scaled to your measurement here, that's 250 across. You said 250 across. That's 25 centimeters times 10. Now we can go ahead and manipulate our little bento box thing here so that it fits the purse, okay? So we're just gonna scale in the Y direction and try to fill that up. Okay, now that's roughly, I'm pretty sure that's gonna fit. This photo is kind of janky. Okay. But that's good enough. And look, like, the profile is pretty good. Like, it's not, it's more squared off. So, you know, something that we could do is instead of scaling it in the Y direction, we can go into X-ray mode and just grab half of your vertices, roughly half. We'll check from your different views. You know, just using that center mark, and then just click and drag over. Okay. And what did that do? That just created a space here. So if we go into solid, that just elongated these guys. So if we just go out of, so now it's no longer circular, and instead it's, you know, kind of squared off a little bit. Okay. And that to me looks better than what we just did before, than just the pure scaling, because that fits in the purse a little more, right? It fills in the volume. That means he's gonna have more space. And that's literally it. Now you just have to, just determine the height. You might want this thing a little taller because this purse here is kind of floppy. This is the whole point, right? She wanted it less floppy. Right? Grab your measuring measuring thingamabob. And I think she wanted about halfway up. And that's about 5.5 inches. It's not all about size, guys. Don't worry. 5.5. All right, come on to your side view. 5.5 inches. 5.5 times 2.54. 13, almost 14 centimeters. Okay. 14 centimeters times 10 is 140 millimeters. So let's go ahead and measure 140 millimeters. Okay, again, what you can do here is scale Z. Okay, you got two options here. We got scale Z, which is gonna, elongate in both directions. So that's gonna make this curve on the edge longer. It's gonna stretch the curve out. Same thing with the top. It's gonna stretch the curves out. If you want that, cool, that's fine. If you don't want that, what is it? If you don't want that, you can do the drag option again, right? You can tab into, my stream deck is in the way. Tab into edit mode, wireframe, grab the vertices you want to pull, and just G and Z to control the axis, and just pull it up. Okay, that's gonna preserve that angle that you had here. Okay, now that angle, that may not be important, which is fine. It doesn't matter. Okay. Something else we might do is like double check the thickness of this thing, because it might be too thick. It says about 3 millimeters. It said somebody clean, so I can't find some towel first. All right, but 3 millimeters, we'll just look at this. Like 3 millimeters is fine, I guess. It would be nice if it were less, so you wouldn't have to spend so much material. The thinner it is, the less material you're going to use. Oh, basically. And a way to address that might be to like just check the side view and try to grab the external vertices. And the issue is, because of clipping, you'll grab some internal ones too. If you zoom in, you can mitigate that. You can also go into view and set your view closer. This will take a while. And maybe the other thing you could do that might be easier is just to grab the faces for me. Alright, so we grab the faces, and maybe going to top view might help. We're going to turn on proportional editing, so it's going to change all the adjacent faces, with anything that's touching it at the same time. And then we're going to scale this thing. We're just going to scale it down. And there's our measurement for thickness of the wall. And if we increase, so here we decrease the range at which it circle. Here it is. We really just want to affect the outer wall. See how we're doing this. And if you don't want to, make sure you don't change the z-axis. So go scale, shift Z, and that'll lock in the z-axis, so you can scale without manipulating the z-axis. Just check our wall, and now we're way down to 1.6 millimeters. So I think that's more than what I want. Now, to be honest with you, it's not actually that bad to begin with. I think the measurement is 2.4 or 2.5. So I actually think this is fine. I don't think we need to change this at all. Okay, but you were able to see how that works. That's it. So you can do this with very little knowledge when it comes to computer aided design. You could just take somebody's design and change it, manipulate it. Always go ahead and hit make manifold so that you know what's up. The problem is I usually like to save what I did actually here. So kind of didn't. Let me see if I can open up a new Blender thing and shoot this way out of here. Get my way out of this. I'm gonna open up a new Blender. Always copy what you did and create a duplicate, or do incremental saves. Alright, so there's an incremental save. Let's try to go back and see if we can open this. Yes. Copy object. Alright, so what I did is I just copied that object from an incremental save. We should be able to paste this object. Okay, so here's our original. Whew, almost lost the original. Okay, you can see how much bigger this is than the original. So let's grab this and leave it there. That is her first purse. This is the second purse. Make manifold so that it's waterproof. Waterproof. What they mean is just that all the parts are welded together, so it's not multiple parts. It'll print. It's pretty essential for, like, if you're gonna print it on a 3D printer, you need it to be manifold, watertight. Okay, let's see if I can switch you guys over. I'm gonna switch you guys over to Bamboo Studio. Multi-blender, I mean Bamboo. Let me let that open up. Excuse me. Ow. Wash my head on. Alright, so we're opened up on Bamboo Studio. Ah, there you go. That's the bamboo slicer, so I could see that, yeah, it would fit on my large 3D printer, on my huge 3D printer. But let's see if it will fit on your A1, the A1 large. Yes, sync. Ooh, look, it just barely fits. Continue. The sucker's gonna take a while. Yeah, now it goes all the way to the edges. What we can do just to feel a little safer is just to rotate this like 45. Okay, that gives us a tiny bit more room in the edges. That's it. So go to strength. It really doesn't need to be all that. 2 walls is fine. And hit slice, it'll slice up. Bamboo Studio here has tons of things that you can print. They have lots of models that are already made. You can go in and check them out. All you gotta do is make an account. If you have a Bamboo printer, you can print straight from your phone even. Super easy. Yeah, this is gonna be 12-hour print. Ooh. Sometimes I'll just go in and print something smaller first. Say, let's switch over back to Blender. Oh, do I need to? There you go. So say we're in Blender here again. And this purse. Okay, so this one should be smaller. So this one is smaller. We're gonna do the same thing again. We're gonna see how long this one takes. This one's not gonna be not as long. This one definitely shouldn't take as long. So we're gonna take that, we're gonna put it up here. Grab this, snap it, selection to cursor, cool. All right. We're gonna grab our original, shift duplicate, shift D, snap, cursor. Now I don't have this thing measured yet, so let's go ahead and do that. This guy is gonna be 17 and a half long. So this time it's gonna be okay. Erase this thing. All right. $17 that way. And 4 inches, 10 centimeters. 10 centimeters, really? Yeah. That way. Okay. So get that out of my face. Thank you. All right, back to measuring. We grab this and we do set origin to geometry, so it could be somewhat centered. Got a visitor here. And snap selection to cursor again. Great. Now this photo doesn't look like it's in the center really. Just make it center-ish. And then we're gonna measure our purse here, right? Measure your purse, measure whatever bounds that you're trying to do here with this organizer. It's at 17.5, so it's gonna be 175 millimeters. Millimeters is going to be there. Get the picture down. So we get where we need to be. Again, that's the inside of the seam that I measured. Okay, so that's it. You can see this, and this is almost the same size already. Bring this down a little bit, over a little bit. So this is going to be probably a little trickier because this is more of a square. So I think what I'm going to do is tab into edit mode, go into x-ray mode, and probably just like maybe scale everything X a little bit. Okay. Scale to the X. Maybe. Let's just see how that works. All right, now say we grabbed the center portion here and then did a proportional. Oh, we were doing proportional scaling. Let's get proportional scaling off. Might be a little bit. I don't know. Let's just play around, see what happens. Grab your center vertices, and then we'll do proportional editing scale X. Then we're gonna go ahead and widen our sphere of influence a little bit. Something like that, maybe. You see how the center here was kind of manipulated. So what I'm gonna want to do is do that again. Scale X. Scale Shift X. Scale in the X direction. Alright, Scale Shift Y. Try to get it to not change the other parameters. You see what it did? It changed the Z axis. We got to go Scale Shift Z. That change? No, that's good too. But I did change where this divider is just a tad bit, which is, I don't know, not a big deal. I don't really care. You know, you could even go back into X-ray mode, grab them, change, get off of, yeah, do that. But I don't know, it's kind of cool to have it like that. I don't know. Whatever. Wear it off a little bit. See how that looks. Does it make sense? You know, you just don't want to have any vertices overlapping. You know, in which case, make manifold. It's good. You can highlight all your vertices, M for merge by distance. Remove 0 vertices. That would mean that we're good. But this thing is about 5 centimeters tall. In her purse, that would be right about there. I don't know. I feel like we should have it a little bit higher. I don't know. I don't use purses. Somebody tell me. When you girls tell me. I feel like we should have a little bit taller. Let's do 7. 7's the lucky number, you know? Let's go here. Say you want your organizer at 7. And let's just stretch it. Let's just stretch this thing. Scale Z. All right, yeah, you know, that's good. Make manifold. That's it. Now you got it working for your other purse, or your other organizer, your other site, whatever. And we can even stretch it just a little bit more. You know, say there. Feel like it's incremental. That maybe just to fill it in a little more. That should be good. Control S, save. Make manifold, looks good. You know, you can give it a different name if you want. Export into, let's see, I had my thing called purse things. And then I will, I don't know, just open it up. I'm gonna print it on the same machine actually. So going back into bamboo slicer, I'm gonna open up another build plate. And then from your file organizer, grab the one you wanted. It only took us 13 minutes to go from the first to the second. So there you go. Now you see both of them and the difference between each. Okay. Now if you remember, I sliced the first plate and it said 12 hours. Oops, sorry, Peach. My cat's here. This one is 4 hours, which means it'll be done today. So let's go ahead and do that. Go ahead and print that one. And before you print, you sometimes want to go ahead and build plate. What happened now? I hope you guys can see. You guys want to see him? You want to see him?
I wish I could give you up, but you're my new favorite drug. Enter into my blood.
So next.
Run with my toxic love.
Any weird gases. Now hold on.
You take a hold of me. You take a hold.
Alright, so all we gotta do now is we're just gonna clean the build plate and then send the print to the build.
I wish I could give you up, but you're my new favorite drug. Enter into my blood. Run with my toxic
I don't know, I've got two printers here, so we could actually send it to a different printer.
You take a hold of me. You take a hold of me. You take a hold of me.
I don't know if that was clear. And it doesn't matter because the other one will take 12 hours anyway. It's not like it's gonna be done today. No. Now all we do is send this guy over. Print. Total time 4 hours. Then print. You see this guy start. It likes to make a little happy noise. Yay, work. I don't know, you can see the progress bar back there. It's 100% done. Keep going. Yeah, so 4 hours later, you have your organizer. And that was pretty easy. So we just manipulated these two without doing any designing at all. All we did was take some pictures and measure them up, reference them, and then manipulated them in Blender using proportional editing. Okay. So you can do that with practically anything that you find, whether it's on Bamboo Studios, whether you get it off of Thingiverse or Cults. You can edit it, make it your own. Blender is open source, so you can download that for free and use those tools. Cool. I have to go back to making the model of that sidearm at some point. So let me know if you guys ever have something that you want me to help you modify. You can always ask for help. Easy. Cool. So I'm wondering, should we go and keep modeling sidearm? Should I? What do I have here? There's a 9mm that I'm modeling. There's also some cuffs for a police officer. That'll be something else. There's always work to do. You guys should let me know. What do you want to print? What do we want to print? Let's go ahead and save what we're working on. Last time we were working on the sidearm. And I accidentally lost a bunch of progress. That sucks. That really, really sucks. I've got this wireframe over top. And I think what I'm gonna do is go into wireframe mode. Go ahead and grab half of the vertices here. All half of them. Right click, delete vertices. And all. Mirror. The only issue is I want to have some vertices in the center, so do like that. You could cut this in half with the cube, or it's lined up in the center of my world here. You do K for cut. Click above. C for cutting through. And Y lock your axis. Give it a click. Let's see how that works. So that worked. Now just grab one half of your model, whole thing. Minus that cut you just made. Right click, delete, and then now you got half of your model. Okay. Now go in and select that model that you're working on. You see it's half. Add modifier, search for mirror. There you got your mirror modifier. Hit tab, see what you're at. You might have this double vertice thing happen in the middle, where this side is your mirrored side, but it overlaps. Click on clipping. Average, what, like 1 millimeter or something? Alright, select clipping. Grab your vertices that you want to merge or clip into the other side. Oh, now so we can see this. Alright, and then drag it. Portion, please. And then just drag it over. Okay. That is a drag over with G. And that's it. So now, whatever you do to this side should happen to the other side. That's how you basically use mirror modifier in Blender, okay? The reason I did that was maybe so I could grab these and bring them down with proportional editing. Okay. Like bring this into alignment. And I guess at least we got this meshing.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life.
Oh, the camera's pointing at the printer. That's fine.
Put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag, cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light. Ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel, I took the red pill, I know life's
Someone's calling me up. Okay, so I guess we'll just leave it there for now. These guys are hanging around. Let me know what we should be modeling next. I'm gonna try to continue to figure out this 9mm. Just keep pushing it into position, basically. You know, and then eventually we'll just like start aligning stuff, like grabbing those vertices and then using our scale to scale them to the world like Z0. You know? And here we have like this overlapping vertice here will merge by distance and increase the distance or decrease the distance really ever so slightly. Or don't. And just select them. You know, merge by center or whatever. Then they become one. You can see there's others here that with the same issues. Might not be a big deal. Maybe something like that. That might help. Oh yeah, you keep working like that. Eventually we'll get them all. Okay. All right. Well, keep working on that. I don't want to stop, but we gotta stop. Gotta go. I see you guys later. Thanks for joining me. Let me know what we should be modeling next. We could continue working on this 9mm. Another day. We got the purses done, the organizer. If you guys have a girlfriend who wants something similar, let me know if you need help with that. I'm on Discord. Automail Mechanic should be on my channels. So please search, subscribe, follow, do all the things. Thank you guys so much. You guys are awesome. You all. See you later. Bye.